Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Aunt Maddie TV. I am your host, Uncle David, sitting in for Aunt Maddie. She is on assignment. Tonight, I would like to provide an update on the situation in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with the eruption of La Safrère. The officials on the island have lowered the threat in the red zone, which is the area closest to the volcano, to orange. Now, although they have lowered the threat from red to orange, it is still dangerous, and no one is allowed to go in within that area without authorization. The scientists there, as they look, they're experimenting and searching through the area and doing tests. And although they have a few earthquakes, they still will have to do a safety assessment before they can go up to the summit of the mountain to see exactly what's happening. Although the hurricane season starts in June, residents are still weary of the weather there. Now, I looked at the 10-day forecast, and for the most part, the 8 of those days is free of rain. The heaviest concentration of rain is on the 9th, no, actually the 8th, with a 73% chance of rain. And then you have the 44% chance on Sunday. Now, what this rain will do, it will cause, it depending on how heavy it is, it may cause another lahar, which is a flow of heavy water flowing down the mountain with bringing debris and rocks. And what it does, it flows very fast and it destroys everything in its way. So that is what their biggest fear is right now. They're still dealing with the rain and that, and then because it rains and with all the ash that has fallen, it solidifies the ash, which has been sitting on these roofs that some people aren't able to, get rid of. And what happens is when it rains, it gets heavy, it turns into almost like cement. And because a lot of these homes are not, excuse me, heavily built or heavily fortified, they tend to fall because of too much pressure on the rooftop. So that is still a fear that the residents are facing, although a vast majority have been evacuated to safer areas. You still have some that are still, hanging around because a lot of that is farmland. And so what they're trying to do is protect their crops, whatever crops that have not been lost, also their livestock. Some of the farmers have actually had to sell or even give away some of the livestock just to get it off of the island so that it can survive. So they've donated it to other people. Some have sold to make money because that is their only source of income. Also, the CDC has issued a travel advisory. They raised the advisory to level 4, which means you should not be traveling to this island because of the outbreak of COVID-19. They've had 1,800, close to 1,900 cases with 12 deaths. So it is not feasible for people to travel to this area. Also, if you would like to make a donation, because people are still needing, they would rather you send donations as opposed to items, because what has happened is the port now is completely congested. So anybody that's sending anything is coming by ship. So the ports are full. So they ask that you give monetary donations, and then that way they can purchase whatever items that need to be purchased. And they have a better way of getting it there as opposed to people just sending stuff. And now you have all these ships that they can't really have any control over what's coming into the port. So there will be a link in the description of this video that you can click on and provide any monetary assistance that you can. Thank you so much. I will be coming back with an update at a later time. I thank you all, and I look forward to talking with you again. Have a good evening. Good night. Good evening and welcome to Aunt Maddie TV. I'm your host, Uncle David, sitting in for Aunt Maddie. She is on assignment. Tonight, I would like to provide an update on the situation in St. Grenadines. It's not St. Grenadines. It's actually. Yo, I did. That's the crazy part. It's sitting right here in front of my face.
All right. Okay, you right. You just supposed to go with that. Yeah, you right. I'm gonna write it down. All right.